Hello and how are you? Hey, friends, welcome to the Shen Show. I am your host, Shenador Briscoe, coming to you from right here in St. Charles, Missouri. Happy Halloweeny Day to you. Happy Halloween for all you ghosts and goblins that have been out there strolling the streets, collecting your treats. Hey, happy Halloween to you. Hey, today's Saturday, October the 31st, 2020. Got a couple of happy birthday shout outs. One going out to Tracy Franklin Maye and Dianna Bryan. So, without further ado, here's a birthday song for the two of you. Hey, Diana and Tracy. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. So happy birthday, I must say. You know, you turned 1 more year older today. So happy birthday to you, I say. Hey, Diana and Tracy. Hey, I heard it's your birthday today. Oh, that's another trip around the sun that you've made. It's a wonderful day today. So happy birthday to you, I say, and many more. Ya cha 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 cha. All right, all right, all right. There we go, there we go. Those are my happy birthday shout outs. How about some Shen Show likes? That's right, these are folks that like the Shen Show. Folks that like the Shen Show today, we're going to have Jamie O'Driscoll, Martin Kelly, Leony Pedraza Fernandez, Whitney Doe, and Steve Clary. We'll throw him in. And there are my secret people out there that remain thumbless, which is okay. Don't mind it. Jamie, I hope you liked the Elvis deal yesterday, the medley. Elvis medley. Yeah, that's what we'll call it. Yesterday, it was all for you. All right, I got Pokey Pal too. My Pokey Pal for today is Amanda Sue Little. Happy Pokey Pal Day, Pokey Pal. All right, you have poked me. I'm poking you back now. Okie doke. How about jumping right on into our weather forecast for today and all week because, well, it's going to be 5 days worth of forecasting. So here we go. Tonight it's going to be partly cloudy skies, lows around 40 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds west to northwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. 40 degrees? What a night for my heater to go out. My furnace went out today. Sunday, November the 1st. How about mainly sunny skies, highs around 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Winds are going to be northwest at 15 to 25 miles per hour. Higher winds gusts are quite possible. Northwesterly winds. Alrighty, and then clear overnight with lows around 27 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be west to northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And so, let's see, that'll bring us into Monday, November the 2nd. Mainly sunny skies, highs around 58 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight, lows around 38 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds west to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And then how about sunny skies, highs around 76 degrees for your Tuesday, November the 3rd, weather day. We're going to have winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. In the end, mostly clear skies overnight with a few clouds in the evening or later on in the night, but lows are going to get on down to around 43 degrees Fahrenheit, and winds are going to be south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Wednesday, November the 4th, intervals of clouds and sunshine. Highs around 70 degrees. Woo, big hot day. 70 degrees with limited sunshine. Too bad. Anyway, winds are going to be south to southwest at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then we got considerable clouds early, with some decreasing in the clouds late at night. and lows around 48 degrees Fahrenheit, with winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Thursday, to wrap up our 5-day forecast, November the 5th, some clouds in the morning will give way to mainly sunny skies in the afternoon. Highs around 70 degrees Fahrenheit and winds south to southwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Clear skies overnight with lows around 48 degrees Fahrenheit and winds are going to be light and variable out of the south to southwest, somewhere around 4 to 5 miles per hour. And that, my friends, does it for the 5-day forecast for the St. Charles viewing area. Yesterday's request was Elvis Presley. I have not been on Facebook at all today. Had a rough one this morning, boy, I tell you. Started it out before I was even out of bed. I was having blood pressure issues, and my blood pressure reducing pill is not here. I don't have any of them right now. I ran out, and boy, I sure could have used one this morning because, shoosh, my blood pressure was way high up there all morning long. Sheesh, I couldn't get settled at all. But finally I did. And of course, my caregiver says, this stuff always seems to happen when your parents are out of town. Well, that's true. But I didn't go to the hospital. Hopefully, by the time I get done here, I still will feel up to not going to the hospital. I don't want to go to the hospital, although, I've got electric heaters placed all over the house, so I'm not really hurting for heat, but still, it's one of those things. I like to have the furnace up and running. Anyway, it could be the thermostat. I don't know. It's the goofiest thermostat. I'd rather have the old dial kind with the mercury in it, that all it's got to do is tilt one way or tilt the other way and it comes on or goes off. But they don't have that kind anymore. They have electronic and digital. Speaking of electronic and digital, I took my temperature with a mercury uh, thermometer, but all it had on it was Celsius. So mercury thermometer is your temperature on a mercury thermometer is supposed to be 98.6. Once they came to digital, temperatures were 96.8. So they've turned it around. They reversed the numbers. Well, my temperature on the uh, Celsius thingy was about 3.5, 35, 35.5, something like that. 35.5 Celsius, which in turn means I was uh, 96 degrees Fahrenheit, which would be okay if it was a digital, but it was not a digital, it was mercury, so therefore it was 2 degrees short of being normal. And well, I stayed in my room pretty much all day with two heaters pointing directly at me, so that's why this is a pretty much later on during the day sort of thing. I'm not even going to tell you about the haunted house going on on Main Street there at the Art Museum, the Foundry Arts Center, because it's closed already. So ain't no point in talking about it, is there? We're going to do Randy Travis, I think, today, because, well, my voice feels like Randy Travis today. Oh, I guess I got to get my dingy to poke on it. Song lyrics, Randy Travis. And of course, we'll do Golden Band because it's one of my favorites. It's called On the Other Hand. On one hand, I count the reasons I could stay with you. and hold you close to me all night long. So many lovers' games I'd love to play with you. On that hand, there's no reason why it's wrong. But on the other hand, there's the golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On one hand, I could stay and be your loving man. But the reason I must go is on the other hand. In your arms, I feel the passion I thought had died. When I look into your eyes, I find myself. And when I first kissed your lips, I felt so alive. I've got to hand it to you, girl. You're something else. But on the other hand, there's a golden band to remind me of someone who would not understand. On the one hand, I could stay and be your loving man. But the reason I must go is on the other hand. Yes, the reason I must go is on the other hand. All right. And then there's another one of my favorites right there. We'll just do it too. Last night I dug your picture out from on my dresser drawer. I set it on the table and I talked it till 4. I read some old letters right up to the break of dawn. Yeah, tonight I've been sitting alone, digging up bones. Well, I went through the jewelry and I found our wedding rings. I put mine on my finger and I gave yours a fling. Across this lonely bedroom of our recent broken home. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, a digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that are better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, a digging up bones. And I went through the closet and I found some things in there. Like that pretty negligee that I bought you to wear. And I recalled how good you looked each time you had it on. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that are better left alone. I'm resurrecting memories of a love that's dead and gone. Yeah, tonight I'm sitting alone, digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. I'm digging up bones. Exhuming things that are better. All right. That was that one. Ooh, 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 ooh. There's another good one down here somewhere. I don't know which where it is. But I'm looking for it now because it's one I love. And apparently I haven't sung him for a while, or I have clicked in and out of Facebook for too many times because Trying to find this one is nearly impossible. He walked on water. We could do that one. He wore a stretched out shirt, buttoned at the neck, and he'd sit in the shade and watch the chickens peck, and his teeth were gone. But what the heck? I thought he walked on water. He said he was a cowboy when he was young. He could handle a rope and he was good with a gun. And my mama's daddy, he was his oldest son. And I thought he walked on water. If the story's told, only heaven knows. But his hat seemed to me like an old halo. And although his wings, they were never seen, I thought he walked on water. Then he tried a cord to the end of a mop and said, "Son, here's a pony, keep her a trot." And I'd ride in circles while he laughed a lot. Then I'd flop down beside him, and he was 96 years and 3. And I loved him, and he loved me, and the Lord. And I cried the day he died, 'cause I thought he walked on water. If the story's told, only heaven knows. But his hat seemed to me like an old halo. And though his wings, they were never seen, I thought he walked on water. Now that song, I sing it all wrong, but I just kind of use the words because I know it goes different than that. I just don't remember exactly how it goes. Uh, I'm trying to find a different song. I can't find it where it's all ought to belong. I don't know what it's called. Can't find it after all. I'm looking here and I'm looking there, but I'm not finding it anywhere. I mean, there's lots of these songs that I like to see, but one of them ain't there ready for me. I'm looking, but I'm not finding. So who knows what I should do? I just saw a song that reminded me of another artist, and I think I'll just go ahead and do that one. Oh, yeah. Song lyrics: Walk the line, Johnny Cash. It's like I walk the line. It is walk the line. Well, I be doggone. I keep a close watch on this heart of mine. I keep my eyes wide open all the time. I keep the ends out from the ties that bind. Because you're mine, I walk the line. I find it very, very easy to be true. I find myself alone when each day is through. Yes, I'll admit I'm a fool for you because you're mine. I walk the line as sure as night is dark and day is light. I keep you on my mind both day and night. And happiness I've known proves that it is right. Because you're mine, I walk the line. You've gotta walk to keep me on your side. You gave me cause for love I cannot hide. For you I know I'd even turn the tide because you're mine. I walk the line because you're mine. I walk the line because you're mine. I walk the line. Alrighty, let's see here what we got going on. It's the Shen Show story time for the kids. That's right. Gather the kids around the old TV. Let them sit there and listen to a story from me. That's right. It's Grandpa. It's TV Grandpa coming to you now, getting ready to tell you a story. A beautiful story, that is. And I think it's going to be because we told the Leaf story yesterday. Sir Collegius and the Christmas Cherries. See, it's already Christmas story because yesterday, or today, is October, so tomorrow we can move right on into Christmas stuff, right? Right. November the 1st, Santa Claus coming. Don't you forget it. All right, anyway, in the time when England was ruled by King other Pendergra, Pender, Pendragon, Uther Pendragon, father of the famous King Arthur, lived a brave knight. His name was Sir Collegius. He was big and strong, and Sir Collegius was noble, courageous, and extremely generous. He owned many lands and had a huge fortune. Unfortunately, as time passed, Sir Collegius lost all his money due to his generosity to the poor. Sir Collegius gave away as much gold as he could, and forgave the rents for his tenants who had a hard time, and he lent money to people without expecting any repayment. He had a beautiful wife, Dame Clarice. She was as kind and generous as her husband. She was as kind and generous as her husband. Every year on Christmas Eve, Sir Collegius and his wife hosted a grand fest at their house. Many people attended this fest, and no one would leave empty-handed. Over the years his wealth dwindled, but he never gave up on his feasts and gifts. At last he mortgaged all his lands when his gold and silver ran out. He knew in the end God would make things right for him. In the end he was only left with a small estate that had little value. His wife and his two children lived humbly without any luxuries. This Christmas he had no money for his fast and gifts. As he walked through his house, Sir Collegius felt miserable. He could hear the music and the happy laughs. Oh, Jesus in heaven! I thank you with all my heart, he cried out suddenly, for the joy I felt during these times for years when I hosted the fasts to rich and poor in your name. Those who dined at my table were short of nothing. On Christmas Day, Sir Collegius walked outside his house. He knew that even though his situation was bad, there were many others who were suffering as well. He sat down under his favorite cherry tree and wondered if there was a way to help people even in his current state. As he sat under the tree, he heard the rustling of the leaves. He looked up and saw that the cherry tree was in full bloom. Even on this cold winter day, he became very happy and picked out a few cherries and took some home. His wife, indeed, was happy to see ripe cherries in winter. Cherries in winter, she exclaimed. She suggested offering some to the king. I hear he is at Cardiff Castle presently. I am sure he would be amazed to see cherries in Christmas time. Sir Clegus agreed with his wife's plan. He went outside and picked out the very best cherries from the tree and decided to go to Castle Cardrough. Halfway to the castle, he realized he was not dressed properly. His clothes were dirty and had holes in them. He was disappointed. He thought the king may not receive him in all ill-dressed an ill-dressed man. I shall go even if I am not dressed like a knight. After all, I still am one. He was stopped at the castle gates. Who are you, and what business do you have? Asked the guard. Good day, sir, replied Sir Clegus humbly. I am a knight of his majesty's realm. I am here to offer this basket of cherries to the king. The guard demanded a payment. If Sir Clegus wanted to enter the castle, Sir Clegus was poor. He tried to convince the guard, but the guard would not listen. Finally, the guard said to Sir Clegus, whatever reward you receive from the king, I shall have 1/3 of it. So it was agreed, and Sir Clegus entered the castle. Inside the castle, Sir Clegus was stopped yet again, this time by the guard of the castle keep. He too asked for a payment for Sir Clegus' entry. Again Sir Clegus expressed his inability to pay, but the guard would not hear of it. He, like the castle gate guard, demanded 1/3 of the reward Sir Clegus was to receive. After an argument, Sir Clegus was allowed to pass. Shortly after, he was stopped again, and another guard demanded 1/3 of the reward. To this Sir Clegus agreed, and was finally allowed to the king's hall. Once inside the hall, Sir Clegus offered the basket of ripe cherries for the king. Miracle! Is truly a miracle, the king cried in surprise. Cherries in winter. Join us for dinner, Sir Clegus, the king said as he passed on the basket of cherries to everyone present in the hall. After the dinner was done, the king asked, what present did the Sir Clegus want? I have only one wish, your highness, said the poor knight. If it pleases your highness, I shall like the permission to give 12 storks to any person of my liking with 12 strokes to any person of my liking with my stick. The king was surprised at the request, but granted it the same. And with the third guard When the third guard saw Sir Clegus come out of the king's hall, he demanded his promised share. So Clegus immediately hit him with his stick 4 times in a row. This sent the guard running away, and the same happened to the second guard and the third guard as well. When Sir Clegus was about to leave the castle, a guard came running to him. The king has summoned you to his hall, Sir Clegus was told, and finally the king had remembered Clegus. He asked why was he in such a poor state, and expressed his desire to know more about Clegus's request. You may, oh, Sir Clegus then narrated the incidents, and after Sir Collegius was done reciting the tale, King Pendragon laughed and said, "You have entered another reward. You have earned another reward, Sir Collegius. You have new lands and the control of this castle. But you must promise to be wise with your money." And so Sir Collegius made his promise to the king and returned home a wealthy and happy man. So there you go. That Be careful what you wish for because the guy that you're wishing from, he just might be a little smarter than you are, and well, you might end up with a crack of a stick rather than uh, a wonderful gift. One third, one third, one third. I like it. All right, that looks like it's going to bring us to our daily bread portion of the program. And the daily bread portion of the program is going to be brought to you today by The Bible with Briscoe 2020. The Bible with Briscoe 2020 is a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. Today's reading of the Bible will be Jeremiah 22 through 23 and Titus 1. Okay, let's see. The daily bread, sticks, bricks, and God. We're going to be reading Job 1:18 through 22. Again, I'm just going to let you know the reason I do not read the daily bread portion of the program. The devotion is because it's a copyright issue. They have their own narrator, and so therefore you'll have to go to odb.org. Throw them a little money if you would, please, so they can help spread the gospel all around the world. Anyway, here we go. Job 1:18 through 22. While he was still speaking, yet another messenger came and said, your sons and daughters were fasting and drinking wine at the oldest brother's house, when suddenly a mighty wind swept in from the desert and struck the four corners of the house. It collapsed on them, and they are dead. And I am the only one who has escaped to tell you. At this, Job got up and tore his robe and shaved his head. Then he fell to the ground in worship and said, Naked I come before from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord hath taken away. My name May the name of the Lord be praised. In all this, Job did not sin by charging God with wrongdoing. So there you have it. Job is one of my favorite books in the Bible because it can show you how much someone can go through, how much can happen to someone, and yet, in the end, you can hold up and stay unburdened completely by being repaid sevenfold by what was taken away shall be returned. Anyway, kind of like the same story we just went through with the Bible's for kids. I mean, the stories for kids. So there you go. Anyway, that concludes the Daily Bread portion of the program, which was brought to us today by Jeremiah The Bible with Briscoe 2020, a daily reading of the Bible to be completed within 1 year. So don't forget to tune in to The Bible with Briscoe 2020 and have a great day. This here, we got one more song for you, and it goes like this. Oh, well, goodbye, my friends. It's time to go. I said goodbye to my friends. It's time to go. I hate to leave you, but I really must go. So goodbye, my friends. Goodbye. This here's been Shenandoah Briscoe saying hello and how are you? Thanks for tuning in to the Shen Show, and as always, God loves you and so do I. So come back and see me tomorrow because, well, hey, I'll be here and I hope that you are too.